Wasted World of Sports, ahoy! And welcome back, Judy and Tom Fickling. Welcome. We are all set to go here for a huge contest. South Sydney Rabbitohs, North Queensland Cowboys. I've been predicting the demise of the Cowboys for quite a few weeks, and they have had an absolute dream of a draw. Yeshua Chanki, ahoy, welcome along. But they're now up against quality opposition, and we have seen what happens all season when the Cowboys come up against quality opposition. They fall off the face of the earth, and they lose, as we expect them to do. So, here's hoping for tonight. Hopefully I can maintain my position at top of the Wasted Water Sports tipping contest on the back of another Rabbitohs win here tonight. Teams are getting ready to come out onto the field. We are back into the NRL. After a fantastic game of rugby earlier between the Wallabies and the Springboks. Fun times were had earlier today. And of course, the All Blacks and Argentina are playing right at the moment. That game is still going on. It's drawing to a close, though. Argentina, if you can believe it, last I checked in, they were in the lead in that one and about to take the victory. Argentina are about to defeat the All Blacks. Let's see if that is still the case. It is 79th minute. It's Argentina 25, All Blacks 18. What an absolute turn-up that is. In New Zealand as well, no less. I dare say that will be the end of Ian Foster. And the All Blacks will turn to another solution. And that solution will probably be Scott Razor Robinson. But absolutely unbelievable turn up there in the Rugby Championship. Argentina 25, All Blacks 18. A minute to go in that contest. But in this one here, Rabbitohs, Cowboys, South Sydney coming out onto the field now, the home team. And hopefully the victorious team. And there's Latrell Mitchell, a key figure in tonight's game. Of course, Damien Cook out with COVID. And that is a big loss for the Rabbitohs. The live ladder after the Sharks defeated the Bulldogs earlier this evening. Sharks are up into second place. Cowboys down to third, so the Cowboys will be looking for a win to reclaim that second spot on the ladder. They don't want the threat of the Melbourne Storm breathing down their necks next weekend. Underway in this game, Rabbitohs with the kickoff. It's Cowboys with the kickoff, I'm sorry. Rabbitohs receiving. And they get first use of the ball in front of their home crowd. Not much of a turnout for this brand new stadium that the NRL's plugging. This is a quiet-looking turnout. They've got to be disappointed with that. And an early mistake here. Rabbitohs, no, it's not called. It was a little bit of a juggle. It obviously didn't hit the ground. Cameron Murray now linking up, spreading it wide early. They've found some space out the left. Alex Johnston is away. And he is shut down by Drinkwater at the back. Rabbitohs, though, hot on the attack early in this game. Fifth and last. They will have an attacking kick on the back of their first set of six. Mitchell is running it, though. Jai Arrow will go to ground on the fifth and last, and they would probably want that over again if they had the chance. That was not the greatest last tackle option, but it does keep the Cowboys down this end. And now the Cowboys have completely pooped the bed and they've dropped the ball on tackle 1. Oh, you love to see it. It's a 0 tackle now for the Rabbitohs. 0 tackle, 15 out from the line. Jai Arrow he's got up clutching his sternum, and he's not healthy at all. Oh, he's dislocated a finger. Okay, that's why he was sort of clutching. He was holding his hand. He's dislocated a finger. It's the second time on New Zealand soil, is it not? Who's your caddy? The second time under Ian Foster's reign as well. Which will, that's got to be the end for Ian Foster. That has got to be the end of Ian Foster as the All Blacks coach leading into next year's World Cup. Because they can't keep going the way that they are. Oh, and it's a knock-on here, Rabbitohs. They've gifted the Cowboys a break here. Jai Arrow is still getting his finger popped back into place. Vobsy, ahoy there, mate. How are you going? We're all on board with the Rabbitohs tonight. Jai Arrow's still getting his fingers taped up in back play. It was at complete right angles, his finger. Very disturbing looking sight. But anyway, scrum Cowboys, 10 out from their own line. And they survive an early attacking threat by South Sydney. Let them off the hook. Big time there with the dropped ball. Ash SD, ahoy there, mate. How are you doing? Welcome along. Valentine Holmes now with the head up towards the halfway line on tackle 4. Taumalolo takes it up over halfway into South's territory, but no threat of an attacking kick here. It comes to the Chad. The Chad puts the ball in deep, and Alex Johnston's reaching for the in-goal line and finds it. And this is going to be a set restart from the 20-metre line for Souths. Vobsy says, I beg Souths to win. If they do, my multi is complete. Well, I hope so. Fingers crossed, Vobsy. Fingers crossed. I'm on KO Sports. Ash, KO Sports. Making meters at will here at the moment. The Souths forwards, they're up over halfway again. Tackle 3, hot on the attack, 30 out. Cameron Murray holds the ball up and it goes out the back to Ilias, threatening to break through. 6 more. That's exactly what they needed here. Souths are hot on attack to start this game. Offloads to Ilias. Ilias threatening again and then runs into a huge roadblock in the shape of Reece Robson of all people. Murray, dummies, goes himself, falls just short of the line. And then has it stripped one-on-one, a penalty right in front of the post. The tackle was already completed. That's why there's a penalty. Scott Drinkwater gives away a penalty right in front of the sticks. But I tell you what, they're coached to do this. They're coached to dive, the Cowboys. They're coached to dive. And they're also coached to give away penalties right in front of the post when they're on defense, because they would much rather give away 2 points than 6, which is fair enough. But you can't tell me for 1 second they're not coached to do this. Okay, who's your caddy? Just checked to make sure. History has made first win for the Pumas in New Zealand. It must have been over in Argentina the last time. Well, there you go. I thought for sure that it was in New Zealand as well, but there you go. So the Pumas have now won. Oh, maybe it was over here, I think, actually. It was in the COVID restricted year. that Argentina beat New Zealand for the first time. So it was actually probably here in Australia, come to think of it. It would have been at like the Gold Coast or something. But anyway, Souths have taken the 2, and they go out to an early 2-0 lead here. And the Cowboys will be happy with that. Because as I was saying, I'm pretty sure they're coached to do that. They'd rather give away the 2 than give away the 6. So the net result for that, I think, is a little tiny victory psychologically for the Cowboys. C, ahoy there, mate. How are you? The kickoff is flirting with the sideline, and it's over the sideline. And it's a penalty now on halfway for Souths. The Cowboys are doing what the Cowboys do up against quality opposition, and they are completely pooping their pants. And they're probably wishing right now they weren't wearing white. Because pretty soon we'll start to see those smears on the pants. But anyway, probably a disturbing line of conversation to go down. Immortal Wolf 21, ahoy there, mate. Go Rabbitohs, indeed. DJ Flexer, ahoy, welcome along. Michelle's having the night off tonight. She can't do it, you know. She can't do it multiple nights in a row like I do. But off the back of the kick out on the full, Souths are now 25 out and putting pressure on Cowboys again. So seriously, if they get within 10 meters of the line, look for a penalty, an on-purpose penalty to try and give away the 2 points rather than the 6. And that is a terrible pass over the top. And he would like his time over again if he could have it. It's a Harbour Bridge pass by Latrell that's gone so far over the top of everybody, it's ended up in the stands. And once again, off the hook, the Cowboys. Off the hook. And it stays 2-0. Cowboys survived the early threat, a couple of early threats inside the first 10. But it is the Rabbitohs holding on to that 2-0 lead. Up to the 40-meter line again here, Cowboys. Drinkwater runs on the 5th and last. Dummies flicks the pass inside. And now the space on the outside, and they've created a try. Pulled it completely out of their butt cracks there. Scott Drinkwater running on the 5th and last with absolutely nothing happening. And somehow they've manufactured a try. And I do not understand for 1 second what's happened here. James Intox, Cowboys 1-12. Cowboys 1-12, Holmes, Drinkwater, and Mitchell, same game multi. But it is Tuilagi that's got the first try. I don't know how the hell that just happened, in all honesty. That was quite literally out of nowhere. Yeah, I'm with you there, Vobsy. Rabbitohs really need to win this one because I dare say that the Roosters are going to give them a little bit of a touch-up next week. So if they don't get through this one, it's going to be a very nervous next weekend for Rabbitohs fans. I'm still trying to process exactly what happened there in that try. Heel Fries, ahoy there, mate. How are you doing? I'll tell you what else I'm trying to process. I'm trying to process as Valentine Holmes moves in and converts that try. I'm trying to process how in the hell the All Blacks have managed to lose again on home soil. Ian Foster gone. He's got to be gone. Like, that has to be the last chance saloon for Ian Foster as the head coach of the All Blacks. Only the second time in history. All right, so this is Ian Foster's track record as head coach of the All Blacks. First ever home defeat to Ireland. First ever series defeat to Ireland. First ever loss to Argentina in history. Now, the second ever loss to Argentina, the first one ever on home soil. The dude is racking up quite the history of unwanted statistics. And I dare say that he is done. I think he's probably done. Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything, Ed. That means absolutely nothing. The All Blacks just recently signed like a $14 billion deal with, it was probably even more than that, with some American corporate. So they can more than afford to pay out his contract. There's no such thing as locked in when it comes to sporting contracts. As we know, as we all know, 6 points to 2 here. A try out of nowhere to the Cowboys. And the Rabbitohs have got the ball now. Oh, it's the coach. It's the coach who's picking the players and training them, giving them the game plans. The players aren't executing because it's a shit game plan. And it's terrible players that he's picking week in, week out. You know what I mean? You can't always blame the coach, no, but when you've got the same stack of players available to you as the guy before you, and you're coming up with completely different results, I think you can safely blame the coach in that scenario. It's not like a whole bunch of players retired or anything. He's just picking the wrong players, out of position, terrible game plan, non-existent game plan in most cases. You can absolutely blame the coach in this scenario. And we've got a 0 tackle now. The Cowboys are threatening once again. Luciano Leilua takes it up, and they're on the attack. Are we in for another turn-up here? Is it a young blooding thing? No, unfortunately not. Drinkwater floats the Harbour Bridge ball out. And Kyle Felt is all wrapped up like the mummy. He's got so many bandages on his face. This move from Drinkwater to the number 6 jersey is paying early dividends for the Cowboys. And we've got a knock on here. Peter Hiku drops the ball cold. And this time it's the Rabbitohs off the hook. Six points to 2. This one stays 14.5 gone in the first half. Rabbitohs scrum, 12 out from their own line, right in front of the posts. Got a long way to go. Back upfield. The Sharks winning earlier tonight, right before this one, beating the Bulldogs. That's a great run there. Campbell Graham, great run upfield. Makes a lot of meters. And tackle 2. Souths are already up to the 40-meter line. And that's got to be a penalty. My goodness, how long are they going to let the Cowboys lay all over the ruck area? Jeez. Burgess is on the field, and he's straight into the action with his first hit up. Nearly knocks the ball on, manages to keep hold of it, though. And here we've got Cody Walker kicking early on the 4th. There's no one back for the Cowboys. Kyle Feldt gets back there, taps it over the dead ball line. A result for the Rabbitohs. Good vision, Cody Walker. Noticed that nobody was back. Puts the kick in early. And they're going to get 6 more tackles. Let's see what they do. Are they going to go for a short dropout? They do. Short dropout here, Cowboys. And it's knocked on by the Cowboys. Ed Vogel says, where's Michelle? I think Michelle's probably sleeping off the past couple of nights. Scrum now, right in front of the post, 10 out, Rabbitohs. Ilias off the back of the scrum to the right-hand side is taken down, 10 out, 6 again for inside the 10. Commonplace off the back of a scrum. So that was actually 0 tackle. Burgess with the hit-up, tackle 1, 5 out. They've got to come away with points here, Souths. Look for the penalty. Keep an eye out for the deliberate ruck infringement. There it is. 6 again, though. Well, they didn't even get given a 6 again. Jesus Christ. Unbelievable. The chat is way offside as they come out to the left. Tackle 4, still 10 meters out, but huge open side to the right if they want to run a set play. Walker. Murray, Ilias, short ball. Here's the chance, dummies. Try. Souths have hit back. Try time. I cannot believe what the Cowboys are getting away with. The referee is just refusing to call them. Kaluma-Tangi just slides over in the tackle. 6 points all, kick to come. Huge dummy on Drinkwater. And just slides over the line. Yeah, but who picked him? Who picked him, Ed? This is ultimately what it comes back to. You can't blame Sam Cane. I mean, what's he going to do? Is Sam Cane going to put his hand up? Like, honestly, is Sam Cane supposed to put his hand up and say, yeah, sorry, I'm not the right man for the job? Sam Cane doesn't pick himself. It starts and finishes with the coach. It's that simple. The coach picks the team. The coach trains the team. The coach is the one who puts guys in the positions that they're in. I agree with you that Sam Cane is probably one of the worst All Blacks captains by a long way, but who put him there? The coach. Who keeps picking him, even though he is disastrously out of form? That's what I mean, you know. Coaches cop a lot of flack, but at the end of the day, it starts and finishes with the head coach. That's why they get paid the big bucks. Souths with a great set of 6 here on the back of points. Tackle 4 up to the halfway line. Robin Hundupi. Go Rabbits. Indeed. Go the Rabbitohs. Fifth and last. Kodi Walker with the high ball. No pressure on the kick receipt. So Drinkwater will take this very easily. And starting 20 metres out from their own line now. 8 points to 6 in favour of the Rabbitohs. I disagree with that completely, James. In Australia, maybe. But then, you know, rugby only ever really had one quality upward spike in Australia anyway, so penalty for inside the 10. Rabbitohs get a relieving escape from their own territory. And I'm surprised by the turnout or lack thereof tonight. There's a lot of empty seats around this fabled new stadium. What's going on? What is going on here? Like, the NRL is trying to force feed this stadium, right? Is my understanding of that correct? Cameron Murray has knocked the ball on cold. Trying to create something. He just drops the ball. And it's a 0 tackle now for the Cowboys. I'm actually very pleased. And here's a penalty to the Cowboys. That's a little bit of a square up for last penalty. I think it's a good thing that the Sharks, should they win a home final, they are going to be allowed to have it at Shark Park. I think that's a good thing because, I mean, look at the turnout here tonight for a Souths game. Look at that. There are so many empty seats. There's probably as many empty seats to fill a couple of Shark Parks. And they want to take that away from the Sharks and have them play here. But anyway, it was a very smart decision by the NRL to, should the Sharks win second place, they get to have a... I missed the Raiders game. I got told about the result, but yeah, I was doing the Wallabies Springboks game. But I should imagine it was a full house. The Raiders are just charging towards that 8th spot on the ladder, aren't they? As a matter of fact, they've probably claimed it, at least temporarily. The Chad puts the grubber in, looking for the post, finds the post. The Rabbitohs spill it out the back. The Chad puts the cheeky little kick in, looking for the goalposts. He found it, and he very nearly got a result. Latrell's there. He knocks the ball backwards. And then the Rabbitohs knock it over the dead ball line. But what we need to see is what happens before the Rabbitohs knock it dead. And we're not going to see it from there. The camera is not trained on it at all. Eric Whitley. I am going for the Rabbitohs tonight. All about the South Sydney Rabbitohs. And it's a knock on by Luciano Leilua. Souths get to start from the 20-metre line. Burgess with the hit up. Makes 10 metres, 0 tackle. Great offload there, short ball to Cameron Murray, and Cameron Murray has now knocked the ball on in the tackle. Oh, it's been called a forward pass, I'm sorry. Sorry, Cameron. You did not knock the ball on. It's been deemed a forward pass. And on the back of that pass, Tavita Totola has been crunched by Taumalolo. Crushed. Only a very small hint of arms in use there by Taumalolo, to be fair. Could very easily call that a shoulder charge. Ed Vogel says KFC or Macca's. Well, it depends what you're after. It really depends what you're after, doesn't it? What do you feel like at the time? If you feel like fried chicken or a chicken burger, obviously you're going to go KFC. If it's only a choice between those two options. I mean, I personally would go elsewhere completely. But if it's only a choice between those two, it depends. But if you want a beef burger, you go to Macca's, don't you? Michelle reckons the chicken burgers at Macca's are okay. Fair enough. I don't think I've ever had one, so Macca's is not what I think of when I think chicken burgers, so I dare say I've never tried. Anyway, Cowboys with the ball. We're back into action here. The little stoppage in play is over. And they're back on the attack now. Tackle 4, 25 out from the line. Cohen Hess is off and Tom Gilbert is on for the Cowboys. Who has the better nuggets? Oh, yeah, I would go KFC nuggets for sure. Except for this one time when they obviously, like, I don't know what the hell they did to them, but this one time they were just so dry. But that was only one time, though. They're always terrible when I get them from Macca's. No multi tonight, no. I had no time. No time tonight to chuck a multi on. Solid set of defense here by the Cows. It is the 5th and last here. Rabbitohs, they are not even up to their own 20-metre line. They're not even outside the 10. And Walker's kick just bounces over the halfway line. And Kyle Felt brings it back, bumps off one of the would-be tacklers. And the Cowboys are starting this set 35 out on the attack of the South's try line. That was a huge set of defense. Valentine Holmes takes it up inside the danger zone. The Chad inside ball. Who's number 12? Nanai, Jeremiah Nanai takes the tackle. Tackle for 10 out. The Chad out to the left, and that's through the hands, but bounces kindly for the Cowboys. Of course it does. And Luciano Alelua takes tackle 5, just 8 meters out from the line. Dummies to the open side. They go short side. Drinkwater dinks it through. Looking for Tabuai-Fidow. But it's knocked dead by the Rabbitohs and save the day. Top Gun reference. When? Sorry, I've never seen it, so I don't know. If you were talking to me. Yeah, I've actually never seen Top Gun. A short dropout this time by the Rabbits, and it's knocked on and then touched in an offside position. That's got to be a penalty. The Cowboys are flapping their arms around like they're trying to take flight in a game of Flappy Bird. Is that still a thing, or is that a really old reference now? Does anyone still play Flappy Bird? Short dropout there by Latrell, and they get the result from it. The Cowboys are blowing up about the knock-on call, but I think they should shut the hell up and thank their lucky stars they weren't called for an offside. Well, the penalty comes now to the Roosters. I mean, Roosters? What the hell? The Roosters aren't playing tonight. A penalty to the Rabbitohs. They were a little bit too quick up in the... Oh, marker not square. The Chad was not square at the marker. So they get their penalty anyway. And he wasn't square at the marker, the Chad, the big goof, because he was standing there flapping his arms at the referee about something. Oh, I'm so glad that giant galoot doofus is gone from the Sharks. Oh, I can't stand him. Him and his stupid grease haircut. And now another penalty. A high shot there by Taumalolo. Three men in the tackle, and they were all up way too high. Eric Whitley says, are the Cowboys your least favorite team? Cowboys or the Raiders? Or the Eels? It's a tight contest. It's toss of the coin on the night. A complete and total flip of the coin on the night between Cowboys, Raiders, or the Eels. Cameron Murray out the back to Walker. Now Latrell to Alex Johnston. They skittle them down the left. Their favoured left-hand edge. And Alex Johnston strolls over like he's having a casual walk in the park on a Sunday arvo. Not a person in sight. Plants the ball down, 12 points to 6. Kick to come, and they made that look easy. That left-hand edge continues to be lethal. As soon as that pass went out the back by Kodi Walker to Latrell, they had them absolutely skittled. It was 2 on Kyle Felt, and Kyle Felt had no chance. No, well, that's the thing, James. James has said in the chat that Parramatta is my least favourite team. I just don't like saying it. The thing is, I have really disliked Parramatta for like the past 3 seasons because they have just had all the legs up. All the legs up. The 50-50 referee calls all go their way. The bounce of the football, which you can't blame. You can't blame a team for the bounce of the footy, but you cannot like a team because of it. The bounce of the ball for the past few years has always gone their way. They just seem to get given everything. They get the easy draws. Everything just goes their way. This year, that's all the Cowboys, and that's why, as the season has gone on, you've probably noticed I talk less and less about Parramatta and more about my utter disdain for the Cowboys. And I barely even mentioned the Cowboys when the season started. So, yeah, I don't think we can say that anymore. I think the Cowboys and the Raiders have potentially quite easily taken over Parramatta in the Dan's least favorite team stakes this season. But anyway, it is what it is. Conversion successful. Latrell Mitchell puts it over and 14 points to 6. And things are starting to look a lot better now for the Rabbitohs. I can't wait to see the Cowboys just get dumped out in straight sets in the finals because they are the team that don't belong in the 8, you know. The top 8 on form as it stands currently, the Cowboys are the odd team out, and I can't wait to see them just get bollocksed out in straight sets. It's going to be so good. It's going to be so good to see. It's going to be so good to stream. I just can't wait. James says, is it just me or are Alex Johnston's eyes really close together? No, that they are. Yeah. Yeah, he's got a really unusually, like, far be it for me to talk about somebody's looks, but yeah. He's got a really unusually. It's like a Mr. Potato Head, and some kids just come along and put all the things in the wrong spot, you know. But anyway, probably unfair. Kai Collins McCoy says, how close is Johnston to breaking the try-scoring record? As close as his eyeballs are together. No, I think he's already broken it, hasn't he? Didn't that happen a couple of rounds ago? Or was that only the South Sydney Rabbitohs try-scoring record? Kyle Felt tries to catch the ball on the full, makes a complete mess of it. Luckily for him, he doesn't get a touch, and Scott Drinkwater's there to cover it up. And there is another lucky bounce of the ball for the Cowboys. That's what I'm talking about. The bounce of the football just seems to favour them. And you can't blame them for it, but you can certainly dislike them for it. Because it just happens week in, week out. Cheeky sods. Robson up over halfway for the 5th and last. Back to the Chad. Puts the ball high. Wonky kick. Should be an easy take for Latrell, and it is. So casual. So casual back there. Just a cheeky little dummy to nobody. And takes the hit up. Quick play the ball, catching them short there. The Cowboys had to be offside. Surely they were offside. But, of course, they'll never get called for it. Walker gets away from Hiku. Goes up over the halfway line. Now he's holding his chin, looking for a penalty, but it's play on. Murray gets the offload. Ilias, they've tried to stretch them out to the right. Campbell, Graham has had an absolute brain fart. He's got his tape around his head a little bit too tight because he certainly wasn't thinking there. And geez, Tom Gilbert is going to be on report here once the bunker has a look at this, because he has totally... No wonder Cody Walker was holding his chin, because he's just had Tom Gilbert's shoulder drive straight into it. And his bottom jaw is going to be back a few inches further than normal tonight after that. That was clear. Straight on the... Square on the jaw. We've got 3 minutes to go till halftime. Cowboys ball, tackle 3, 30 out from the South's line. Can they have last say here in the first half? Valentine Holmes is taken on tackle 4, approaching the 20-metre line. The Chad with the early kick. Alex Johnston's back and will just take it over the dead ball line. Easy as you like. Two minutes to go till the break. And they're going short. I don't know if that was the right idea. He's got great height on it, though. Valentine Holmes is through to take it. He's trying to milk the penalty. Typical bloody cowgirl stuff there. Trying to milk the penalty after the fact. God, I hate them so much. And they get a 6 again. Souths just have to hold on now till the halftime break. Cowboys are doing Cowboys things tonight, and they're getting away with it all. And boy, is it painful to watch. It is so painful to watch as a neutral. And a forward pass, sucked in, you big goofballs. Forward pass right on the line. Get that up here, you bunch of pretenders. Okay, so normally I try and be balanced and impartial, but I'm sick to death of these bastards. I can't stand them. James says the only time I hated the Cowboys was when Thurston was playing for them. Hey, that's completely and totally fair. I tell you what. I used to call Jonathan Thurston the toy chucker because he was just constantly throwing his toys out of the cot. Every time the smallest hint of anything went against his team, he would have the biggest little hissy fit and throw all these toys out of the cot. So yeah, I used to call him the toy chucker. Thurston the toy chucker. And yeah, as a player, I could absolutely not stand him. Half-time siren goes in the background. The referee calls it. It's 14 points to 6 in favour of the Rabbitohs. I really wish it were a bit more comprehensive than this. I really do. Half-time, 14 points to 6. They could have been further ahead, you know. They could have been. Excuse me. Just some simple errors, some simple errors. They've made it kind of difficult on themselves in parts of this game. James Intox says, oh, hang on. Before that, Robin Hundupi from PNG. We got a lot of people trail through here from Papua New Guinea. Welcome along to all the Papua New Guineans. James Intox says, and oh, how people forget about the Jonathan Thurston incident. Well, I've got to admit, I'm not entirely sure what that incident may or may not be. There was a long period of time where I was 110% rugby union and didn't even follow the rugby league. I missed a lot of the Jonathan Thurston era, I must admit. So I'm not entirely sure necessarily what that refers to. I spent a long, long time away from the game. Excuse me. The drink went down the wrong pipe. Many years ago, the Bulldogs drama. You forget that he used to play for the Bulldogs, don't you? Son of a bitch used to play for the Bulldogs. Very easy to forget that, of course. I have no idea what I'm doing. Mullets, eh? Mullets are all the rage. Mullets for mental health. Interesting concept. Mullets for mental health. All right, half time. I am going to have myself a little break. Refresh the vocal cords there and get myself ready for the second half. So, yeah, we'll be back half time. 14 points to 6 in favour of South Sydney. Hopefully they can come out and get it done in the second half. Let's see. Be right back. Be right back for the second half. Wasted Water Sports. All right, wasted world of sports. Michelle asks if everybody's having a rad Saturday. Super rad Saturday. And welcome back, Discord, for the second half here. Rabbitohs, 14 points to 6 over the Cowgirls. The luckiest team in the 2022 NRL season. Everyone's gone, Michelle. Everyone goes at halftime. Basically, Michelle, what happens is if we go for a halftime break, everybody else sods off for a break as well. So maybe you'll get an answer as people start to filter back in for the second half. So Apirana says go up the Rabbits. Yes, up the Rabbitohs. 14 points to 6 at the moment. Probably deserved. Probably deserved a bit of a larger lead, in all honesty. But yeah, probably more value than 14 points to 6 lead. Oh, DJ Flexer says, Oh, you're trading crypto on the main monitor. Very nice, very nice. Tuning in and trading crypto at the same time. I love it. Got to have a side hustle, you know? Well, maybe it's not a side hustle. Maybe that's like your main thing. My side hustle is reselling pop vinyls. You may notice in the background, depending on how large you have the screen up, you may notice in the background only one shelf, but you'll probably spot a few pop vinyls laying about the place. These things, you know, these things. So yeah, that's sort of my side hustle. Is I trawl eBay and the likes for some good deals on some valuable vaulted Funko Pops, and then resell them to collectors. You got to have a side hustle. That's what I always say. My regular 9 to 5, of course, for those that long-time viewers know, graphic designer. Comes in quite handy when you run a YouTube channel doing graphics and thumbnails and bollocks like that. So anyway, here the teams are getting ready to come out for the second half. $14 points to 6 in favor of the Rabbitohs at the moment. Victories earlier tonight to the Sharks and to the Raiders. It means that the Raiders, at the moment, on for and against, have slipped into 8th spot ahead of the Brisbane Broncos. That is a huge result to come out of this weekend. One Queensland team knocked down. Let's knock another one down tonight. We've got some big games coming up next round, of course. The final round of the regular season. Some massive, massive games coming up. Yeah, I'm with you there, DJ Flexer. I want to see an absolute spanking. And here they come, back out onto the field for the second half. The luckiest bunch of plonks in the competition. They've had the luckiest draw. They've had the easiest draw out of any team in 2022. And they still get their asses handed to them every time they come up against quality opposition. The North Queensland Cowgirls. And the home team now, the Rabbitohs. Let's see them turn it on here in the second half and absolutely put these guys to shame. Let's go. It's way too close at the moment for my liking. Second half, off and running. Souths with the kickoff. Cowboys get the first use of the ball. Not that it matters anyway, because whatever happens, the Cowboys are just getting dunked out of the finals in straight sets. Once the real footy starts, they don't have any more gears to go up, you know? When you go into the finals, you've got to go up a gear or two. You know what I'm saying? You've got to be able to step up a gear or two, or three in some instances. The Cowboys have just got nothing left. We have seen the very best of North Queensland this year already. They've got nowhere left to go but down. And, yeah, they're in for a very traumatic couple of weeks come finals time. Horrible first set of 6 after the halftime break for the Cowboys, and Rabbitohs are now tackle 4 up to the Cowboys' 40-meter line. And another hit up. They will have an attacking kick at the end of this. Cameron Murray with a great run. 30 out from the line now. 5th and last. Oh, it's a terrible pass out of dummy half to Kodi Walker. Horrible pass. And Walker knocks it on, and they're off the hook again here, the Cowboys. Off the hook. Absolutely not Kodi Walker's fault. That was a terrible pass. It was so far out in front of him. It was out in front of him, and it was low. And the luckiest team in the competition this year gets some more luck go their way. Luckiest bunch of plonks. Seriously. Painful to watch as a neutral. The amount of luck and favors that get given to these guys. Seriously. Painful to watch. But they've got absolutely nothing to offer in attack. And they're shut down very easily again. 5th and last now. Nothing doing. 5th and last, 34-meter gain. It goes to the Chad. Puts a terrible kick up into the corner. No pressure at all on Alex Johnston. And as easy as you like, Souths wrap it up. But solid defense here to keep them trapped inside their own 10-meter line. Graham now marching it forward. That's what they need. A few more runs like that. Forward running, making the meters. Meter eaters, and there's some meter eating right there. Latrell Mitchell dragging 3 defenders with him. And that ends up being a pretty good result here for Souths. 5th and last, just shy of the halfway line. Back to Ilias for the kick. Looking for grass, finding grass. And it sits up for Drinkwater to bring it back. But that's a great net result in the end for Souths. Considering the first few tackles, they were going nowhere. They were stuck on the treadmill. They've ended up in quite good position. And it's the Cowboys now going nowhere fast. Tackle 3, only up to their own 40-meter line. Robson out of dummy half, finds the Chad. That's good for the Rabbitohs. Find the Chad all night, because he offers nothing. Justin Quagwe, ahoy! Alex Johnston's got the ball. It's another terrible kick by Townsend. Oh, and now Kyle Felt has just come in with an elbow to the face of Alex Johnston, and he gets away with it because the Cowboys are a protected species in the NRL in 2022. Not even a hint of a penalty, let alone a send-off or a caution or anything. So if you wear a Cowboys jumper, you can elbow guys in the face, apparently. But no complaints. He was trying to separate his eyes. I love it. He's like, here, Alex, I'm going to do you a favor. Boom. That ought to create a little bit of a gap there. 5th and last. Kodi Walker with the high ball from the 40-meter line. Great kick chase. Pressure on Felt. Felt drops the ball. Taps it backwards. He has knocked it on, though. Kyle Felt knocks the ball on. That's the difference between the two teams at the moment. The Cowboys are getting no pressure on the kick chase. So whenever Souths go up for the ball, it's uncontested. Kodi Walker puts the ball high. Alex Johnston, his close together eyes and all, are there to pressure Kyle Felt into the knock-on. Souths ball. $15 out now. The scrum goes down. Souths got the ball. Nothing doing here for Kodi Walker. He's swamped by Leilua and Val Holmes. Kalomatangi, the try scorer. He's keen for another one. Running it forward. They're 5 out from the line now. South's left-hand side. Short ball to Nichols. He's chopped down by the Chad of all people. Murray dummies, goes on his own. Nothing doing there. They're right in front of the post, and now a knock on. Another mistake by Souths. Another unforced error. Cowboys off the hook again. And how many times have I been forced to say that tonight? Cowboys let off the hook. The luckiest team in the competition strikes again. Just a little more luck going their way. Another unforced error by Souths. Seriously, Rabbitohs should be ahead by about 30 points to 0 right now. Quite honestly. They should be miles ahead. Anyways, off the hook again. Cowboys up towards the halfway line, just over the halfway line now on tackle 4. Offering absolutely nothing on attack, though. Absolutely nothing on attack. Fifth and last, very easily covered off. 40 out from the line. The Chad puts a better kick up this time. The kick chases through. It's forward off the Cowboys. Knock on. And on the fifth and last, that will be a handover and a play the ball for Souths. Burgess is off, having a breather. Well-earned rest for him. He's had a good game so far. 12 runs, 125 metres. What an amazing effort. Burgess. Solid stats for his first stint. Up over halfway go the Rabbitohs. They're 40 out now on tackle 4. Walker to Latrell. Dummies. Goes on his own. Breaks through one tackle. Almost breaks through the Chad. Can't get the offload away. Fifth and last. 67-metre gain. Great set here. 20 out. Ilias with the high ball. Looking for Alex Johnston. They've let it bounce, the Cowboys, and Drinkwater has to knock it over the dead ball line. That's a result for South Sydney. Goal line dropout incoming. South will get the ball back. Short dropout. Kyle Felt taps it backwards, and it's been knocked on by Peter Hiku. And it's going to be South's ball. Up ya, Cowgirls. I'm sorry. I can't even pretend to be unbiased tonight. I hate these pricks so much. You don't even understand my hatred for them. Justin Quagui, who is leading the NRL ladder? Oh, the Panthers, of course. Panthers are miles ahead of everybody. The Panthers basically could have taken the last 3 weeks off and still been the minor premiers without playing a game. That's how far ahead of everybody they were. James Intox says, would you watch the grand final if it was Parramatta versus Cowboys? Absolutely, I would, because I'd be cheering for the Parramatta Eels. I mean, it would be preferable if Gutherson was out injured and missed the game. And maybe Mitch Moses as well. But I would very begrudgingly be cheering for the Eels if it was a Parramatta Cowboys grand final. I'd be cheering for the Eels, but hope that Gutherson and Moses have just god-awful games. Yeah. That would be a nice trade-off for me. That would be my compromise. Nikorima puts the kick through. Pressure on the kick chase. And it's another result. It's another result here for the Rabbitohs. A dropout for the Cowboys. Pressure stays on. Michelle, why are you saying, hold on, the All Blacks lost with a big question mark in capital letters, as if that's a weird thing to happen? They've lost about 17 games this season and last. South Africa are the current... I realise you don't follow rugby union, but South Africa are the world champions. South Africa lost tonight as well, of course, to the Wallabies. But yeah, South Africa are the current world champions, and the All Blacks have lost about 17 games in the past couple of seasons. So I don't understand what's confusing about that, or surprising, I mean. But anyway, Murray out the back to Ilias. Ilias is spiked into the ground by Tabuai-Fidow. And I can't believe that's not a penalty. Somehow, I mean, heaven forbid the Cowboys get penalised for anything. Jeez. Cut out ball to Alex Johnston. Keeps the ball alive inside and just short of the line. The pass just wasn't crisp enough. But the Cowboys will be starting this set. This game is a little boring, isn't it? I'm trying my best to keep it interesting, but I want to see the Cowboys get spanked. That's what I want to see, but Souths just aren't clicking tonight. Souths are just not clicking. And they're very lucky that they're only playing the Cowboys. Otherwise, I think they would probably be losing this game. Souths can't play if they can't play like this next week. If Souths play like this next week, they are going to get absolutely annihilated by the Roosters. They are going to get demolished by the Roosters if they don't pick up their act. Kodi Walker is starting to get involved. Excuse me. Kodi Walker's starting to get involved in the niggle. That's never a good sign for Souths. When Kodi Walker is more interested in starting fights than playing the game, you know that Souths are under the pump. And here the Cowboys are just offering nothing. They've got nothing in attack. They just have no variety and no threat in attack, the Cowboys. Tackle 4. The pass out the back. It goes to nobody. Campbell Graham picks it up. And Ilias just gets pulled down by Valentine Holmes. Only just holds on to him. That could have been interesting. But yeah, as I was saying, Cowboys have got absolutely nothing on attack. They have had their good moments of the year, and they are done. Put a line through them. They are just offering nothing. As I was saying, if Souths were playing anybody else inside the top 8, they are getting pumped right now the way they're playing. Early kick from Ilias. Nobody back home for the Cowboys. Taulagi is back there to clean up. And it's going to be another line dropout. And Souths are going to have to take advantage of this at some point, you would think. But yeah, Kodi Walker, once he starts to get more interested in the niggle, you know that things are going a little bit bad for the Rabbitohs. Short dropout again for the Cowboys. Surprise, surprise. And Alex Johnston's got it. And now it's been intercepted. And the luckiest team in the competition gets some more luck go their way. God, it's painful to watch as a neutral. Painful to watch. The amount of luck that goes their way. Jeez. But lucky for Souths, there's just absolutely no attacking threat anywhere on the field here for the Cowboys. And now a mistake. Oh, but they've been given a penalty because Lord knows they need more of a leg up. They're not getting enough luck go their way, so the referee is going to chime in and give them a little bit of a penalty as well. Rabbitohs are challenging, and I can't say that I blame them. Can't say that I blame them because this is just a straight knock on. There's absolutely no infringement there at all. But because it's the Cowboys, they get given a penalty. He's just dropped that ball cold. And some justice. Get that up, you cowgirls. Sucked in. Plonkers. Challenge successful. Knock on by the big galoot. And it's South Sydney ball. And once again, I do apologise, but I can't even pretend to be unbiased tonight. I hate these pricks so much. Absolutely cannot stand them. Justice is served. And it's South Sydney ball. But I tell you what, they really need to get their act together and quick smart. Oh, geez, Leilua is just raking the face of Campbell Graham and gets away with it because he's in a Cowboys jersey. Disgraceful act by Leilua. Latrell dummies threatening the sideline and is over the sideline. Latrell Mitchell, what were you thinking there, sir? And there is another let-off. How many times have I said it tonight? There is another let-off for the Cowboys. Unbelievable. Letting them off the hook. As I said earlier, if this were any other team in the top 8, Souths would be getting pumped right now. Their pants would be down around their collective ankles if this was against anybody else inside the top 8 other than the Cowboys tonight. They have played so badly. But lucky for them, it's only the Cowboys, and the Cowboys offering nothing at all on attack. Nothing. Taumalolo out the back to Drinkwater. Tabuai-Fidow to Holmes. A nothing pass, and Koloamatangi has knocked the ball on. I think the first knock on is by the Cowboys. And we do have a challenge. Again, the referee's trying to give a leg up to the Cowboys with the call, and Souths are calling him out on his bollocks. And there is the knock on by the Cowboys. Thank Christ for the bunker and the captain's challenge. Referee trying to give the Cows a leg up again, but he's getting called out on his bollocks tonight, Sutton. Another successful challenge for Souths on the back of a disastrous referee's call in favor of the Cowboys, trying to get them back into this game. Oh, we got some Black Sabbath playing over the loudspeaker in the ground. For some reason. Scrum down, South Sydney, 40 out from their own line. I would really like to see them put this game to bed now. I really would. Oh, the Chad's trying to rip the guy's head off, and he's not penalised in any capacity. Jai Arrow with the hit up now on tackle 4. They're 25 out from the line. Hot on attack. Ilias, dummies inside. Probably should have offloaded it because he got crunched in the tackle. 5th and last. Walker, 20 out. High ball. Pressure on the kick chase. Kyle Felt takes this one. Cowboys get the ball, but they are starting another set 5 out from their own line. And yeah, still plenty of time to go here, Ed Vogel. Plenty of time to go. I really, really need Souths to put this game to bed. Souths have not played well at all. Not played well at all. It's just that they're just lucky that they've come up against the Cowboys. 5th and last, Cowboys 40, only up to their own 40-meter line. The kick down to Latrell. Plenty of time to take it and bring it back. Runs into Ruben Cotter and Jeremiah Nanai. Territory advantage, South Sydney here. Nikorima with a hit up towards the halfway line on tackle 3. Totola takes it into Cowboys territory. Tackle 4. Nothing much doing here, though. Now, short ball. Kalamatangi offloads. Latrell is in a horrible position, but keeps the ball alive. Out the back it goes to Campbell. Graham tries to get on the outside. And, he's taken it. He's just choked by Tabuai-Fidow. They get away with another high shot here, the Cowboys. I don't understand the... just penalise them, for Christ's sake. I don't understand it. Campbell Graham was getting choked in their tackle. You get guys sent off for just so much as brushing the hair of Justin Olam's head. But the Cowboys can choke and rip somebody's face off and not even a talking to. I don't understand it. I just don't get it. Pass finds turf again here. Cowboys offering nothing on attack once again. 5th and last. They're 30 out. It goes back to the Chad. Puts a god-awful bomb up in the air. Terrible kick. And Johnston takes it with no pressure whatsoever. And Souths get the ball back. Kai Collins McCoy says, do you think rugby league matches need a sighting commissioner? Well, they basically do. I mean, that's not the title that they use, but there's the match review committee. There's the bunker. So the bunker, I don't think we necessarily need to bring any more people into it, but yeah, there's a match review committee that watch everything back and pick up on things that may have been missed during the game. So, yeah, I don't think we necessarily need to create more roles. I think the roles just need to be done properly, The rules just need to be enforced for everyone. Kyle Felt trying to milk a pet. Get up, Milky Jones. Oh, they are just so unbearable. Get up, you big galoot. Trying to milk penalties everywhere, flapping their arms around and taking dives. Just get up and play the game. No wonder everyone hates you guys. No, you sound a lot worse, Michelle. A lot worse. Good Lord. Are the KO sports commentary team on the Cowboys payroll or what? This is horrible to listen to. This is absolutely horrible to listen to. The KO Sports commentary team are clearly on. The Fox commentary team are clearly on the Cowboys' payroll. Brandy Alexander is so far up their ass. It's incredible. You trying to say he played at that ball? You gigantic goofballs. I'm sorry. I mean, I have all the respect in the world for Brandy Alexander, but I mean, he is clearly on the Cowboys' payroll at this point in time. Fox Sports commentators are honestly trying to suggest that Taane Milne played at that ball. They have absolutely lost the plot. They have absolutely lost their goddamn minds. Turn it up. Turn it up. How much are they getting paid? Fifth and last here, though, Rabbitohs. 30 metres out, another 55-metre gain. They're making metres at will. They just need to start icing these last tackle options. Alex Johnston's jumped early. It's essentially bounced off his ball sack back into the field of play, and the Cowboys come away with it. And they're starting another set. 5 out from their own line. And I'm not. Oh, he's lost the ball out the back. They've deemed it to be play on. It did definitely go backwards, but he's lost the ball. Cowboys on tackle 4 now. 35 out from their own line. Nothing. They're just offering absolutely nothing in attack. Cowboys, 5th and last. 40 out inside their own territory. 26 metres only gained from it. Pressure on the Chad, but he gets away from the one chaser, gets away from 2, keeps the ball alive, and the luckiest team in the competition gets some more luck go their way. Kyle Felt keeps the ball alive. That is the arsiest try that you will ever see in your entire life. The luckiest team in the competition just keep pulling these things out of their buttholes. Absolutely unbelievable. Talk about luck. Luck. Out the wazoo. Attacking threats, says Brandy on the Cowboys' payroll. Like that wasn't just pure luck. Okay, Greg Alexander is officially on the Cowboys payroll. His head is so far up their ass tonight. I don't know where he ends and they begin. This is crazy stuff. The luckiest team in the competition. Greg Alexander is the most biased commentator. He hates the Broncos. Well, he bloody loves the Cowboys, apparently. I don't know when that started or where it came from, but my God, does he... Either he really hates the Rabbitohs. Maybe he just hates the Rabbitohs. He either really hates the Rabbitohs or somewhere in the past few weeks, he has just developed an insane love for the Cowboys. Valentine Holmes moves in, and that wouldn't have been a goal if there were 7 goalposts side by side. That was such an awful kick. 14-10, it stays. Well, the problem, J-Dog 24K, for the Broncos at the moment is they not only need to win next week against the Dragons, but they need to win by more than the Raiders win against the Tigers. That's the problem. Because the Broncos are actually in 9th place right now. They're behind the Raiders on for and against, on equal points. So the Broncos not only have to win, but they have to win by more than the Raiders beat the Tigers by if both teams win. Or they have to hope that Raiders lose to the Tigers. Anyway, I'll be right back. All right. Souths have got the ball. Put this game to bed, please. 5th and last. 40 out. Ilias puts the ball high. There's no pressure on the kick chase. Easy take for Drinkwater. Yeah, well, they're leading by more than 2 points, mate. He just corrected himself. 4th tackle here, Cowboys. Up to their own 40-meter line. They're making meters a lot more than they were earlier in the game. How long does Valentine Holmes have to offload the ball? For goodness sake, that was held, surely. 5th and last now. Chad trying to milk penalties again. 5th and last, 30 out. Drinkwater puts the ball high. Pressure on the kick chase. It's knocked on by South Sydney, and it's going to be North Queensland ball. And it's amazing what happens when the Chad is taken out of play on the 5th and last and has nothing to do with the kicking game. Suddenly the Cowboys get their first result of the night. And the luckiest team in the competition this year continue their run of luck. 7 minutes to go, 14 points to 10. Souths have had an absolute nightmare of a game. Anybody else in the top 8, and they're losing this game by about 30 points. South Sydney, they've played so badly. They have played so badly, but that's just a sign of how crap the Cowboys are. That's how bad the Cowboys are, that the Souths have been this terrible, and they're still currently in the lead. Albeit, maybe only temporarily, because here come the Cowboys now. 10 out from the line. Holmes almost skips around the outside of Campbell Graham on tackle 1. 10 out from the line. Pressure on Souths here. This is where they need to stand up and be accounted for. This is where Souths can really stamp their finals authority on defense. Townsend, Drinkwater, short ball. Leilua passes it to the Rabbitohs. And for some reason, this is not a penalty. Scott Drink. Oh, and send him off. Send him straight off. Oh, Campbell Graham has just had his head literally knocked off the top of his neck. Send Cohen Hess off right now. Sutton, if you've got any balls whatsoever, you will send him straight to the bin for that. A shoulder straight to the face. He needs to be off right now. Shoulder right to the head. Send him off right this minute. That is off immediately. Forget about, it doesn't matter. There's less than 10 minutes to go, but forget about 10 minutes. That is a straight send-off, and that is weeks on the sideline. Send him off right now. $10. And on report, but only 10. That is a straight send-off. There's less than 10 minutes to go, so it doesn't really matter. But the fact that it was only 10 and not a send-off means that he's going to get a lighter sentence in the judiciary. That is a straight send-off. Cowboys protected species. That is a straight, clear-cut send-off. Shoulder, direct contact to the face. And he's laughing about it, you dirty git. Go and have a sit down, bastard. And now Campbell Graham's gone because he's off for a HIA. So he's done for the night. I can't believe how protected the Cowboys are. That was only 10 in the bin. Havili threatens to break through. He gets pantsed in the tackle, and we get to see his bright pink tradie underwear. But it's Cowboys with their tails up now. Not the Cowboys, Rabbitohs with the tails up, and they are just rampaging forward. They're pretty keen. They've been woken up by that. Rabbitohs have been woken up by that travesty that's just unfolded, and they have a new lease of life here with 5.5 to go. Tackle 5. It's been about a 70-metre gain. Ilias dummies to kick and just goes to ground, and he would probably want his time over again, I dare say. But 10 metres out from their own line, the Cowboys, how many times have they started from this end tonight? A lot. Under 5 minutes to go. Hiku takes it up. North Queensland, tackle 3, still deep in their own territory. Felt. Nah, Broncos absolutely don't deserve to be in the 8. But then, I mean, to be perfectly honest, Raiders probably don't deserve the 8 either. So it's a bit of a tough one, isn't it? But either way, they're just making up the numbers. Broncos, Raiders. I mean, let's be honest. Both teams are just making up the numbers in the 8. Yeah, absolutely. Kai Collins-McCoy, Cohen Hess should have been sent straight from the field. He was only given 10 minutes in the sin bin, which means that his punishment from the judiciary is going to be lighter than if it was a straight send-off, because the grade won't be as high. That's the way it works. 100%, he should have been marched straight from the field. I don't care that there was less than 10 minutes to go, so mathematically, it doesn't matter. He should have been sent. Immediate send-off. Johnston's been taken out by Kyle Felt. Penalty try. This has got to be a penalty try. We've got to have a look at this. Michael Jr., Shady, ahoy there over on Facebook Live. Michael says, yep, Broncos don't deserve to be in the 8. But then there's a big laughing face. So I don't know. I don't know if he agrees with us or not. It's tough, though, because honestly, the Raiders don't deserve to be there either. If the Raiders replace the Broncos in the top 8, Raiders don't deserve to be there either. It's a tough one. Neither bloody one of them deserve to be in the top 8, quite honestly. No, that's fair, J-Dog. That's fair. I mean, they've had an easy run, though. The Broncos have had a much tougher draw the past few weeks. But then, to be fair, the Broncos have been spanked hardcore the past few weeks as well, haven't they? Whereas the Raiders have had a weak as piss draw. But the Broncos have also been getting absolutely spanked. It's still a tough one for me. I've got to honestly say, it's still a tough call for me as to who does or does not deserve that 8th spot. Broncos have had a much harder run of it, but then they've been decimated. Raiders have been winning, but they've had a really easy draw. So, I don't know. Send him off. Another send-off for the Cowboys. Protected no more. And another Cowboys player laughing as he gets sent to the sin bin. Laughing in disbelief that they're actually getting punished. That's what it is. It's like, hey, I thought that we had an understanding this season. We get away with everything. What is this? Go and have a seat, Kyle Felt. 3 minutes to go. Souths 10 out from the line. Hot on attack. Two-man advantage. Surely they come up with something. Look at the numbers they've got here, and they've made a mistake. The Cowboys, the luckiest team in the competition, stay alive, but there is a penalty for inside the 10. Okay, Chad Townsend has been offside every single time tonight that the Cowboys have been defending their own line. I don't understand why now it's actually been called. 2 minutes to go till full time. It's actually been called for the first time. That makes no sense to me at all. Well, they were offside again, but that one wasn't called. They're offside again. Taumalolo was in absolutely no stanza there. Had a single foot behind the line. There's the try to big Sam Burgess. Oh, Christ, did I say Sam Burgess? Sorry, Tom Burgess. Sam Burgess, that's a bit old school. Oh, well, a Burgess is a Burgess. And there it is. This game has finally been put to bed. Brandy Alexander just letting you know that his team is down to 11 men. I don't know when he got on the Cowboys payroll, but I really don't like it. I really don't like it, Brandy. Whatever they're paying you, Brandy, I'll double it. Because I can't handle listening to you talk like this. Unless they're paying you more than... If they're paying you more than about 15K, I probably don't have that amount of money spare to give you. So... Anyway. Sean Taylor says Sutton, man of the match for the Rabbits. I'm not entirely sure what game Sean Taylor's been watching. It's certainly not the same game that we've been watching. $20 points to 10. South Sydney, less than a minute to go. And they find the sideline off the short drop-off. And yes, I am aware that I literally just called the kickoff a drop-off. I'm coming up with all kinds of new terminology tonight. It's brilliant. Bruce here from PNG. Go Rabbits. Yes. Go the Rabbitohs. James Intox says, not good for Para's top 4 hopes. You wouldn't want Parramatta to be in the top 4, though, would you? Because Parramatta's best result is 4th, right? Like, they can't get any higher than 4th. And the last place in the world that you want to finish is 4th. So that you get week 1 against the Panthers. I think that Parramatta are a lot better off and would be much happier finishing 5th. Quite honestly. Oh. Hang on, it's not over yet. We've got a penalty to the Cowboys because referee Sutton is trying his best to keep him. He's trying his best to give them something. You know there's no bonus points for finishing within 7 in rugby league, Sutton, right? Now it's over. Unless there's some sort of penalty here for everybody's favourite little cowgirls. No? Okay, it's over. Sucked in, you little skirt-wearing bastards from North Queensland. Take that. Sharks outright second. You little fairies are down to third. And fourth place is incoming when the Melbourne Storm leap above you next week. Ah. Hell yeah. I tell you what, though. South Sydney. My goodness. If that was any other team in the top 8, they lose that game. They were just very lucky that they had an absolute shocker against a team that's just making up the numbers in the North Queensland Cowboys. Because if they were playing an actual contender, they would have lost that game the way they played. But yeah, as anyone who knows anything about the sport knows, the Cowboys are just making up the numbers in the top 8 this year and offer absolutely nothing. And so South's got away with having a bit of a shocker against them and snuck away with a 10-point victory at the end. Oh, that's actually probably pretty fair, James. James is saying that Para fans would rather play the Panthers, to be honest. It's probably actually fair. Well, I don't know. If you guys finished 5th, then you get Canberra at home in the first. Even though Parramatta admittedly have a fantastic record against the Panthers, I think that common sense dictates that you would still rather a home final against Canberra than having to go and play Panthers at their home ground. I appreciate what you're saying because Parramatta have got a great record against the Panthers, but honestly, you've got a choice between a home guaranteed win final against the Raiders or the Broncos, or you have to go and face the Panthers. I think even with Parramatta's recent record against Penrith, I'm probably taking the Raiders or the Broncos at Parramatta Stadium, whatever it's called. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Two bites of the cherry is overrated, though, James. Completely overrated. If you're good enough, you win. It's that simple. If you're good enough, you win. What's the point? What is the point of having two bites of the cherry if you're like 80 to 90% confirmed to lose the first one? You know what I'm saying? What's the point? You may as well just have the easy game against the 8th place team at home, since you're not getting the week off anyway, in all likelihood. I mean, don't get me wrong, you never try and lose. But I'm just saying, what's the point? Kai Collins McCoy says, okay. Okay, Kai Collins McCoy says, can I just clarify something about the Hess shoulder charge? If the match review committee cannot look at that tackle and cite him for a higher offence, then what is the point of having it? Great question. Fantastic question, Kai. And rugby league fans, rugby league commentators, rugby league professionals, former players, journalists, everybody have been asking that very question for the past few seasons. Shirley Bruce, thanks, buddy. Just a question. What do you think about the game tomorrow between Titans and Knights? Who's winning? Oh, wow. Hang on, where's the coin? I'm actually thinking maybe the Titans get up. I don't think the Knights were necessarily that good against the Raiders. I think the Raiders were just dismal in that first half. So, yeah. Maybe the Titans at home get up in that one, actually. Kane says, Kane here, take that cowboy. Yes. Take that, you cowgirls. Straight up, ya. Oh, I love it. I love it. Sila Basia, go the Rabbitohs. Go the Rabbitohs indeed. Yeah, Victor Radley will not be playing next week. He may be a unit, but there are concussion protocols that need to be followed that will be enforced by the NRL. This decision will be completely out of the Roosters' hands, and I would be stunned if Victor Radley is playing next week. All right, hang on. I'll be right back. All right. Oh, I thought he broke his neck as well. It was such a... Oh, and just the hush that came over the stadium as well. Wow. Yeah, Michelle was broken. For anyone who joined us for the live stream, Michelle was broken at that point. And the hush that was over the stadium is what did it for me. Like I've seen more messed up stuff than that. As I said on the night, if anyone knows what Live Leak is and knows that Live Leak got closed down, I've got another source. I've seen some really messed up stuff. But that whole thing was, even for me, and the hush that fell over the stadium is what did me in. Just everybody who was there experiencing it live. There was just this. The silence was deafening, as they say. And yeah, it was very scary scenes, and it was great to see him up and about at the end of the game and out there mingling with everybody. But you know what? Concussion protocols will come into it. I'm pretty sure that the NRL is all over it. And if the NRL clear it, then bring him back, you know. But if they step in and decide that it's a mandatory stand down, then that's the way it goes as well, you know. It's that simple. I don't know what will become of it. I'm not privy to any inside information or anything like that, so I don't know, but I think it would have been looked at. It definitely would have been looked at on the night by the what do they call it? The doctor that's not with either team. Christ, what's the word? The neutral doctor thing. The NRL's actual doctor that's not attached to either team would have been all over it on the night. So he would have gone through concussion protocols and whatnot. So if he's right to play, then he's right to play. It looked nasty, but just because it looks nasty doesn't necessarily mean it is. It is what it is. So if he gets cleared, then that's great. But it 100% will not be up to the Roosters to make that decision. The NRL would have gone through their own concussion protocols after that. And if he plays next week, then I'm confident that all the right steps have been taken, and it is what it is. So James says it's 1 verse 4, 2 verse 3. The losers play the winners of 5 verse 8 and 6 verse 7. Absolutely 100% correct. James, 100% correct. Basically, everybody's just filling space for a Panthers versus Storm or Roosters grand final. So who cares who comes anywhere? Pretty much. Basically, that's where we're at. It's the Panthers versus the Storm or the Roosters in the grand final. Everyone else is just making up the numbers. I'll tell you what, though, that preliminary final between the Storm and the Roosters to see who's going to play the Panthers in the grand final is going to be an absolute blockbuster. What a massive, massive contest that's going to be. And that's going to be a great stream as well. Anyway, speaking of streaming, if I've got any hope at all, any hope of Intoxigamer, then I probably should go. So let me just say thank you very much for a fantastic day/night of streaming. Very much appreciate your company as always. I'll definitely be doing more rugby union games after the numbers that pulled earlier on. That was insane. But we will obviously see the NRL season through to the end. Thank you very much. I may or may not do an Intoxigamer stream. We'll see. I'm going to have a little bit of a break and we'll see how I feel later on. Thank you very much for joining me. And I will catch you next time somewhere, wherever that may be. On whatever channel it may be on. And I will see you then. Thank you very much. Wasted World of Sports. Cheers.